Hello, family! Here we are, here we are, here we are, here we are. A new astrological year. We are kicking into Aries energy. The fire is in the air. It's time to make decisions. It's time to make up your mind. It's time to get some clarity. It's time to get some action. Let's get going. Let's get going. Woohoo! Alright. I'm gonna turn off this music now because it's quite a big track and I don't want to get any trouble. I already know that there is buffering in the live stream. I don't know what to tell you. The internet is just shocking lately. I have no idea what's going on. I've sat here, I've tried different settings, I've tried to fix things, and it just doesn't seem to make any difference. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to, enjoy the sound. I'm gonna just be fluent with the sound with you, but the visual will be a bit kind of buffering. Not much I can do. Hello, family. Welcome. Claire is in the house. Awesome. And Carrie is in the house as well. Fantastic. It is a new astrological year. Yeah. It is a new cycle around the zodiac wheel. And there is a lot of goodies to share with you today. Today I went to celebrate with one of our sisters in our community, a beautiful celebration of our family. So I dressed up nice and I was sitting there with them, and they hosted me very well. And it was fun. And here I am with you now. And so I hope you all had a lovely weekend, even though we know that it's not the most comfortable. Hello, Tabitha. Hello, everyone. Show me your name on the screen as you're joining us. And I'll give it a few minutes until I'll start. But yeah, last week was not the most comfortable week as we expected it to be. It was very sensitive, a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, and a lot of deep reflections. A lot of people came very kind of a bit wounded to healings last week, a bit lost, or a bit kind of embraced by their pain and hurt. Hello, beautiful brother Chris. Oh my goodness, Chris and I have finally merged in a physical form. We've met each other in a physical form in the last 2 weeks, and I just love you, Chris. He's such a beautiful brother. Tabitha, hello. And yeah, so last week, ending Pisces, the final degrees of Pisces. It's those degrees that we are kind of wanting to connect with the dream and with the love, but we can also feel very lost and very kind of like spaced out and scattered and flowy. Hello, Chloe. Hello, Dana. Hello, Mansi. It's so good to see your names. The internet is so slow that even your logos of your names come after a minute. I have no idea what's going on. Hello, Jess. Hello, beautiful Jess. Yeah, rainy Sunday. We've got rainy Sunday, which is a good excuse to bring back the cup of tea. Have a sip of tea with me. It's good for you. Keeps your stomach warm. שבוע טוב, אבא. נשיקות, אהבה. Okay, so we're going to talk about a lot of things today. And there is quite interesting things to share with you today. Hello, beautiful Bharat, my brother Bharat and Rukshika. Hello, beautiful family. And there's a lot of exciting things, and I want to talk a bit about crypto as well and kind of give a bit of an update. The community has been very active this week, asking questions, learning things. Hello, brother Roll King. From now on, you are Roll King. Man, I should have organized that picture that you've kind of made. That was hilarious, man. You cracked me up so much. Such an amazing picture. I will try to bring it next time. Yeah, slowly everyone's joining us, which is great. Let's get into it, shall we? I'm feeling a bit tired today. A bit kind of energy's tired. My family is a bit unwell. It's been kind of a bit of a over here, but it's rainy day, and so you just bunker down and you rest and you recruit your energy, preparing for the new week and preparing for this new year. So yeah, I want to take you in the chart. I'll take you now into yesterday. Yesterday we had the equinox, and the equinox happened exactly like 22 hours ago. It was when the sun has said, "See you later, Pisces. I had enough dreaming. I'm going to Aries. I want to wake up." So it's like sun in Pisces is like you sleeping in bed and like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Sunny comes 6 a.m. and suddenly your body kicks like the rooster is kind of like, "Caw-caw!" And you wake up in the morning, it's like, all right, okay, it's a new morning, right? So the beginning of Aries is not like, okay, let's go. It's like, oh, okay, let me just wake up, let me wash my face, let me brush my teeth, let me take a shower, let me get dressed. Yes. Cholita family, they coming from the Russian background, and I was sitting like between two lovely men. It's like I got the party people of the entire party was on my two sides. I had this man and I had this man, and every time that Cholita came to the table to say hello, or a husband, they filled me with a chaser of vodka, and I was like, you can't say no. You sit at a table amongst Russians, it's like. So yeah, I suddenly found myself having like 2 or 3 chasers of vodka in the middle of the day because I was in a Russian celebration. I got home, I was like, woohoo, Oh, good to be home. So yeah, that was funny. Message review. Let me see. Hello, beautiful Lean. And hello, Jenaline. Jenaline and Lean, you came one after the other. Awesome. Hello, Jules. And hello, Maggie. And hello, Natalia. Shalom, Achoti. And Natalia is our sister from Byron Bay as well. We have quite a lot of family now in Byron Bay because quite a few of you have went up there. And so it's awesome. And we've got quite a few of our family members in Adelaide. And Costa, brother, maybe he will come on soon. He's in Japan. And we've got the Israeli mob. And we've got Clara from Sweden. Hopefully we'll see her too. But yeah, so I'm showing you on the chart the time where we had the equinox. I'm just moving that. There you go. The sun is at your 4 o'clock, 0 degrees, 0 Aries. So as I started before, the sun kicking into Aries from Pisces. So Pisces, the dreamy, spacey, under the influence. And then suddenly the sun kicks into Aries and it's like, it's a good morning, it's a new morning, let's wake up, come on, get out of bed, everyone, we need to get going. You're not going yet. Things are not happening yet, but you're waking up to the need to start taking some action, to wake up, to get going, to initiate. And this is the energy we are kicking in now. So it's a good thing. It's a bit of a relief because the last few weeks with all this Pisces energy, we had the new moon in Pisces, conjunct Neptune, reminding you. And, it's been kind of a lot of Pisces and suddenly kind of a bit, you could feel a bit lost, a bit confused, a bit kind of spaced out, a bit delusional, trying to understand if it's your psychic intuition or if it's your trauma, deception, illusion. A lot of unconscious process. Pisces is the unconscious. So a lot of unconscious was coming up. Hello, Kali. Oh, Chelsea. Hello, Chelsea and Kali. And Shalom Ima. Shavua Tov. And so yeah, back to the vortex. So every time I'm pulled out. In again. Sun into Aries action. You can also see it like you went to a party and you took some, substances. And those substances are kind of hallucinations and you're tripping. Let's say you went to the doof party or a festival and you took something and you're kind of spaced out and you're under the influence and you're having a great time. It's a dance floor. Everyone's having fun, feeling connected, great love energy. It's all happening. And then suddenly you find yourself in your tent with another partner, making like passionate love, enjoying merging with each other under the influence of the substances you took. It all seems like the princess of your dreams and then the knight in a shiny armor. It's all delusional. You're under the influence, so you think this is like wow, but you kind of wow because you're under the influence. So then comes Aries, and you wake up in your tent in the morning, and suddenly you go like, what is he or she doing here? If you're a girl or a boy or whatever you prefer, what is he or she is doing here? Did I just sleep with them? I don't even remember. What just happened? All I remember is that I took that thing. I was a bit kind of dancing, but I don't even know what happened there. I was like, oh my God, I better get my shit together. All right, let's go. Let's get a coffee. Let's wash our face. Let's get ready. So this is the first degrees of Aries. It's kind of like, let's wake up. Let's get ourselves together. And this is where we are now with the sun. And hello, Christine. Foreign Wheels van der Pol from Geelong, Charlotte and Barend. Hey, hello, beautiful people. And yeah, craving escapism, that's the title of Pisces for sure, Natalia. Happy New Year, Sister Jules. Hey, good to have you here and good to see you yesterday. Last night, we had one of the best journeys I had in a long time. Wow, what a magic journey we had last night. It was amazing for the equinox. So yeah, when the sun moves into zero Aries, it is the equinox. And it means that the equinox is the equal day, equal night. And from yesterday until the 22nd of December, which is the solstice, which is going to be a big time, because it's going to be the third final square of Uranus and Saturn. So Christmas is going to be a biggie. But it is this time where from now, in the southern hemisphere, in Australia, New Zealand, all our region, the days are going to get shorter and the nights are going to get longer. So we have the 0 degree Aries for us march the beginning of autumn. For the northern hemisphere, Europe, America, and all these things, this is the beginning of spring. And for them, the days will get longer and the night will get shorter. And so wherever you are, relate that to yourself. But for us here, most of us here in Australia, this means that now we are going into the bear season. We are heading towards the bear. And in autumn, when you look at autumn in general, in history, this is the time where we kind of cultivate our goods. We are preparing for winter. Now take yourself off the grid, no modern lifestyle, you're in rural nature. And in summer, you fix your house, you build, you chop wood, you do all the gardening, you do like all the labor work, you go and restock, you go and fish, you go and hunt. This is summertime. Then comes autumn, and you start preparing everything. So you start creating pickled vegetables, because vegetables in winter, when you pickle them, they can last for a long time. You start collecting your rice, your pasta, your flour, your fire, your wood fire. You start preparing yourself for winter. Think like you live in rural North Canada. You know that when winter comes, you're like surrounded and covered by snow when it's like -degrees. So you really want to be prepared for that. And then you're creating for yourself the stock of your fish and the stock of your meat, sorry vegans, the stock of your vegetables, the stock of your eggs, whatever it is that you need. So when winter comes, you bunker down. You're not going to travel around. If you are in rural nature, say North Canada, for example, you bunker down. You know that you are in that house for 2-3 months. You need to have enough water, enough food, enough stock. So what I'm trying to show you is that autumn now, the season which we have started, this is now kind of starting to cultivate and gather things that we need and fix our life, getting ready for winter. We have partied in summer. We had our time in the sun and the beach in summer. And now it's like, okay, let's get ready for winter. I need a good sweater. I need a good blanket. I need a good cup of tea. I need to have enough tea in my house. And also I need a partner that I could hug and snuggle into, right? So it's kind of like summer, you go and party as a single person. Comes autumn, it's like, I want someone to snuggle with. And this is a big title of this week. Love, 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 and relationships. Love, 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 and relationships. Hello, Tara Sparkle, and hello, fratello David. Hello, beautiful brother David. Ti amo, molto ti amo. Okay, so that's the sun in Aries, kicking to 0 degree. That's the meaning of the equinox. That is the meaning of autumn. And on top of all this, 0 degree Aries is the initial first degree of the entire zodiac. So we've got 360 degrees, and this is the first degree of the entire zodiac. So in the Gregorian calendar, it's the 1st of January. In the Chinese calendar, it's, I think, what is it? The 18th of February, I think, somewhere there. I don't remember exactly the date. Then you've got the Hebrew New Year in September, and there's a lot of New Years. But astrologically, since we are talking astrology, this is our astrological New Year, which astrology is probably working in the most accurate way because it's based on our solar system. It's not based on religion. It's not based on what someone decided that we should do, e.g. the Gregorian calendar. It's based on the solar system. It's based on alignments of the sun and the moon and the equator and all the alignments of the earth in our solar system. And so this is probably the most accurate kind of year cycle energetically in the cosmos as human beings living on Earth in a solar system. And as we do on New Year's Eve, on the 0 degree of Aries, we also initiate. That is the keyword of Aries, initiation. Aries is a go-getter. Aries charge. Aries just is that impulsive, assertive, action-orientated fire. It's the fire element, solar plexus, me, my ego, my needs, my desires, my direction, where I want to go. And if you stand in my way, I'm sorry if you have to get hurt, but I'm not going to stop. That's Aries. So the shadow of Aries is, not considering others, being or too selfish or too self-centered or too self-orientated, that it doesn't seem to see, notice, acknowledge, recognize the others around the Aries self. Hola, hermano John. Good to have you on the group with us. Awesome, brother. Sending you love. And so this is Aries, but in its positive aspect, Aries wants to make things happen. Aries doesn't want to waste any more time. Aries wants to go, and it wants to go now. And nothing will stop it. So Aries is ruled by Mars. Action, power, force. But Aries and Mars are also war and fights and arguments when it's unchecked. When that assertion energy, that impulsive self-need, it just comes and take over you and you're like, and suddenly, what happened to me? I could have done that better because now I've hurt that person. I didn't realize when I was doing that. I thought I was doing the right thing, but now looking back, I understand that it wasn't the right thing because I didn't notice that it hurt you. So that's what we need to be careful in Aries, not to, achieve our way, go for our way, create our way, and act upon our plan, our decisions, our needs, our desires, but in a conscious way that also considers the others, and that's why Libra is the opposition to Aries. Libra is all about the relationship we have with others. So Aries is like, I'm just selfish, and Libra comes like, yes, but there's also us in the picture. It's not all about you, Aries. It's about you and us and you. Aries goes like, yeah, it's about me and you, but it's first about me. It's like, yeah. You can have what you want, but sometimes you also have to sacrifice something that you want for us all to be balanced, harmonious, happy, and for things to be equal and justice and fairness, Libra. And so the full moon is coming up next week on Sunday, which means, by the way, that next week I'm going to have to do the live stream on Saturday, because on Sunday I'm going to be in the Sound Healing Center doing the new moon meditations. If you want to join us, very, very, very powerful full moon in Libra on Sunday. And there is more coming, but this week we're going to experience this kind of impulsive need to take action and to start get going. And there is much more I'm gonna put into this dish for you today. There's quite an interesting process going on, especially with all this concept of fire, action, masculine, Mars, Aries. It's, the last 2 weeks, the kind of highlight was Venus. It was all about Venus in Pisces coming together with the Sun, aligning with Pluto, passing through Neptune. The new moon with Neptune, Venus wasn't far away, and it was all love, 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 relationship, softness, feminine, compassion, forgiveness, understanding, healing, healing, healing. Now the focus shifts to the masculine, to the Mars, to the Aries. And it's kind of like, okay, now that I've done that, now I need to act upon my plan. I need to act upon my destiny. I need to act upon my life, what I want, where I'm going, my future, my dream. Because I was just in a few feminine weeks, meditating with spirit, healing with spirit, being with spirit, listening to music, listening to some wisdom, some spiritual teachings, searching for compassion to be my guide and forgiveness to be my best friend. And I've done that, and I've done well, and now it comes back to me, Aries, and says like, okay, so what do I want from now on? How do I want it to be from now on? So this is going to be the focus of this week, and it's finishing exactly 7 days from now with the full moon in Libra, which is releasing and letting go of relationships which are not balanced, equal, fair, and cannot find harmonious way of being together. If it's friendships, if it's close relationships, if it's your business relationships, if it's your friends, if it's you and your habits, your relationship with your habits, or your relationship with, your lifestyle. This is going to be a big purge. This week is going to give us like a bit of an emphasis and essence and realizations and understanding about what we want and what we need. And suddenly comes then the full moon and say, okay, so now that we've realized that, let's clear that, let's end that, let's release that, because we need to move there. This is the dynamic of this week in a nutshell, okay? But the chart you see on the screen, this is the chart for the equinox. This is the chart of the New Year's Eve. And just like on the new moon, the chart can give us the insight into the entire month, so does the chart. Many astrologers take this chart of the new year of astrology as the general tone that will be coming with us throughout the year. And so when we look at this, we can basically say the year is basically going to be around that. And what is that? In your screen it's that. In my screen it's that. So every time I do that now. Games of points of view, different points of view, taking different points of view. Now, I have a sip of tea. But the nature is kind of buzzing in the background. So what is this chart saying to us? It's saying to us a few things. First of all, we've got this mob here on your 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, okay? We've got Mars on the 9th degree Gemini. We've got the north node of the moon on the 13th degree Gemini. And we had the moon on the 16th degree Gemini, which means that, Mars is starting to conjunct the north node, and the moon is coming off the conjunction with the north node. So this already tells us that this year it's all about our future destiny. All this year, it's going to be a year of learning. Gemini, okay? This is Gemini. Learning, questioning, researching, understanding, conversing, communicating, agreeing, signing contracts, signing agreements. It can be for verbal agreements, verbal contracts, verbal discussions. It will be in our mind by being curious to learn new things, things that basically stimulate us and rejuvenate us and excite us. It's about, I want to find new exciting fields of knowledge and learning that can stimulate me and invigorate me, so I can, and through that I will work out a new plan for myself. But it's all about the future destiny. All about the future destiny. And Gemini. So it's a lot about talking, it's a lot about conversing, it's a lot about learning, it's about reading, it's about online. Gemini is internet, computers, transport, and it's local, it's not foreign, it's not international, it's not going to other countries, it's not studying philosophy of other cultures, it's reading in the local magazine, it's looking online on internet, not on mainstream big website, but on website that you got to go to through your own research, and you finding your own details and you making your own plan. For example, with cryptocurrency, now we are kicking into mainstream. Mainstream is coming in, and it's coming in, and it's coming in. So suddenly you have all the influencers on YouTube, and every day they will come at you with a different picture of FOMO, like, yo, what, yeah, and all this emotional kind of like, wow. Well, it's quite simple. Keep it simple. Zoom out. Don't fall into all this hype and then you follow this and you follow that, because that's the South Node in Sagittarius. You follow in others. Oh, he's saying that, so he must know. He's saying that, and he must know. He has 100,000 followers. He must know. Like there's the guy, the Barefoot Investor, something like that. And like around a year and a half ago, he was basically canceling Bitcoin completely. And suddenly now he's changed, right? That's the thing. You can agree with Bitcoin or you can disagree with Bitcoin. You can approve of Bitcoin and you can disapprove of Bitcoin, but it's still not going to change what Bitcoin is about to do. It's or you join in or you left out. It's as simple as that. But now that they say no one wanted to be first, then no one wants to be last. So now that you had that hedge fund in, and that bank in, and that millionaire, and that billionaire, now everyone wants to come in. So now everyone wants to also maintain their persona. They want to maintain who they are as all these financial advisors and big celebrities that talk about finance and investment and economy. And thank God I was never into it. And once I got into crypto, I got to look at them and I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I can't believe that people are actually living like that. They're like following these people so they know what they say, and then they will do what they say, not thinking for themselves. And so, it's kind of like there is YouTubers there with thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers, and bless them, good on them, they're doing a good job overall. But what I'm saying to you is like, we have a humble family. We are like 220 people in our family. And I love it. I love my family. I love the community we have created. And to me, to have that 220 people, it's beautiful. It's amazing, We are not like hyped. We are not thousands of people. We are a small local group of good souls, good people that we're doing the North Node in Gemini. We didn't go to search for foreign connection elsewhere. We said like, oh, I know Ami, and Ami is doing that, okay, and I know the people who come to Ami, and I like it, so I'll join in. And then we all joined in, and suddenly we are this very local, beautiful, collective group of individuals, young, old, all races, all colors, all ages, and we're all learning together. We're stimulating each other. If it's about gardening, if it's about cryptocurrency, if it's about spirituality, if it's about, just good vibe party, we have all this kind of thing going on inside of our community, which is awesome. So we are doing it right. Local connection, we are doing our own research, we're asking our own question, we are sharing what we know, we're empowering each other, and we go along together. This is the Gemini. So it's no traveling, no studying long distance, no dating online, no dating overseas. Forget about that. There's no chance. Don't start developing now a romance overseas because it's just not there. Your romance is in your milk bar. It's in the local coffee shop. It's in your favorite supermarket. It's like you go there and suddenly you pick up a tomato and the next thing you know is like the love of your life is in front of you picking up a cucumber. This is Gemini. It's kind of like, be there. So Mars being there in Gemini on the 9th degree, 32 minutes on the equinox, and you can't see it on this chart, but right next to Mars, right here, on the 10th degree, there is Aldebaran. And Aldebaran is it's the degree and the star that represent the energy of Archangel Michael. Okay? So here's Archangel Michael. And here's the Pleiades over here. This territory over here, between 15 Gemini to the end of Taurus over here, this is where the 7 sisters are, the Pleiades, which are the family of love and light. If you want to read about the Pleiades, the most authentic voice that I love, because the Pleiades are kind of very mainstream deities, so a lot of people claim that they channel them. Some of them channel them, and some of them don't channel them. So you have to use a lot of discernment, what you listen and who you follow in that sense. But the most authentic voice I love is Barbara Marciniak. She's an author and she wrote channeled books about the Pleiades. So look for that if you want to learn about the Pleiades. Barbara Marciniak. That's about that. So the fact that Mars is right here with Aldebaran, it means that this year is guiding us to find the courage, Mars, confidence, courage, strength, and bravery, and the power and the force to take action for the light. Aldebaran, Archangel Michael, to walk with Archangel Michael, to cut the cords of the darkness with Archangel Michael, to heal with Archangel Michael, to find safety and protection with the presence and invocation of Archangel Michael, of the family of light. So our actions this year must be guided by light and love. They must be based on light and love. And they must be also with a young mind, with an excited mind, with a rejuvenating mind, stimulated mind, a new way of thinking, a new way of perceiving. Maybe you looked at your relationship in a certain way and it wasn't right for you, it wasn't good, it wasn't really giving you too many benefits. Suddenly in 2020 the relationship was challenged, and here you are reflecting, thinking, na. And maybe it's not, if the partner is good, and if there's mutual excitement, mutual kind of stimulation, you're stimulating each other, you're rejuvenating together, you're connecting, you can converse and talk and communicate and enjoy local activities together in your local environment, then, it's about changing patterns of thought in the relationship. It's like how you perceive each other, how you think about each other, how you behave towards each other, how do you talk to each other. Words have an impact. We use language, and language can affect people. Now, for you may say, pork is cool, man, pork. But if you go now to Qatar or to Iran or to Iraq and you say, hey, you have pork, mate. For them, the Muslims, pork is a sin. They will see it as if you are coming to stimulate their belief system and mock it, and you will get hurt if you do that. So, there is a, which country is that? I think Myanmar, like when it's extreme Muslim country, if you go and talk about astrology, most chances you'll die because you're worshipping the stars, It's like most chances something really bad happened to you because that's just the way it is. So, back to the point. Make sure that your actions are based on love and light for your future destiny of being embodiment of love and light. Now, what does that mean? You've been battling with your trauma. Let's say you have this insecurity. You were overweight and it gave you lots of insecurity, self-image issues, blah, 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 blah. But then suddenly, you had a crisis in your life and you decided, stuff it. I'm done with this. I'm going to gym. And you start practicing and exercising in a gym every day. It became your new religion. You exercised all your pain and all your suffering and all your frustration and all your anger. You just took at a gym. And suddenly, like within a year, you lost a lot of kilos. Suddenly you're slim. You've got a good figure, a good body. You look at the mirror and you feel really good about yourself. As you rub your coconut oil, you go like, I'm looking sexy. I'm looking hot. I'm now going to go to the nightclub and hunt, right? Immediately you kind of move from the insecure self, you go to the confident self because you've achieved it and you deserve it. But then it's almost like you forget how it feels like to be insecure, and you forget how it feels like, to be not looking that great and to be hurt by others. So you come with your newfound ego and you date this lovely girl or this lovely boy, and they are very soft and sensitive and insecure. And instead of being the healing activity, the healing action of saying to your dating partner, I really relate to how you feel. I used to feel that too because I was like, and I'm not going to treat you like that. I'm going to treat you with love and respect. And, you are beautiful just the way you are. And suddenly you are a healer of that, right? But then you can go like, yeah, man, you should really get your ass into gym. I mean, it's like, what's your problem? You're sitting all day long on the sofa and you're eating sugar, chocolate, and you complain that you're fat. Why don't you just go to gym? You're so lazy. It's like, well, hey, isn't that your old self that you're talking to when you do that? You see what I mean? So from the same place, you can hurt and act upon the darkness of your experience, and you can also heal and come from light and love. That's just one example. Yes, exactly. Build or destroy. That's right, Natalia. They can build and destroy. Hello, Stefan. Hola, hermano. Cutting the video. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know. The video is cutting. I said it from the beginning. What can we do? It's buffering. Not my fault. I have a theory. I have a feeling. And it's a funny theory, right? But I have a feeling that lately the internet has been really shocking on mobile devices, on computer. And I was thinking, what are the chances that they're now slowing down our internet on purpose so that when the 5, kicks in, we'll basically say, yeah, please give us that 5 thing because, our internet is so slow. We need a fast internet. This is so annoying. Yes, give us the 5 thing. Give us the 5 thing. You see what I'm showing you? It's a lot of mind control stuff that can happen in the background without people realizing, but I just find it very odd that the internet is so shocking, absolutely shocking. So, yeah, this has been the equinox, the Mars on Aldebaran. Now the thing is that in opposition to Mars and Aldebaran on your 1 o'clock is the south node of the moon, right? It's like at your 7 o'clock, and it's here on the 13 degrees. And on the 10th degree Sagittarius, where Mars opposition to, is Antares. And Antares is a red giant. It's like 400, 500 times the size of our sun. It's a massive, massive sun. Red fire blazing. Boom. If the internet was good, I would have played the astronomy software I've got to show you. But Elderbron represents the dragon, the D, the dark angel. So this like Archangel Michael from the Pleiades is like the mythology picture is that Archangel Michael is stepping on the dragon with his sword into his neck. In a way, Archangel Michael is protecting us from the dark force that is there. It's like guarding us from the dark force, like you shall not enter. That kind of that energy. But that means to us that this entire year based on this chart, that our benefit for our future destiny will be in us taking courage, power, force, bravery, action, walking with the love and light for our future destiny, rather than the opposition, which is the dark. Meaning we could go dark. We could make dark choices. What is dark? Dark means you can act upon your wound. You can act upon your trauma. You can act upon your pain. You can do to the other that which was done to you out of revenge or anger or upset. You can, use your power to abuse rather than to empower. Disempower rather than empower. Yeah, you can insult the other rather than empower the other. You can connect with people in a way that will be negative rather than in a way that could be positive, It's like if you go and meet a bunch of people and start talking about what the professor said about the juice or about the poo, most likely if you sit in a table of 10 people, most likely you're going to have 10 different opinions and 10 different agendas and 10 different temperaments and reactions to the same subject. So that won't be necessarily a smart thing to do, to go and sit in a company of others and talk about what that professor said and what that scientist said, because it's like everyone's reading professor stuff and scientist stuff. Everyone think they know. So that's going to lead to a disaster. We're going to have fights, arguments, disputes, maybe even, violence, whatever. But if we will sit around the table and talk about young, exciting, fun stuff like cryptocurrency, let's talk about Bitcoin, let's talk about Ethereum, let's talk about Litecoin, let's talk about Polkadot, let's talk about Theta, let's talk about things that are interesting, let's talk about how to send transaction, let's talk about smart contract. This is going to be exciting subject to bring to any conversation now in the times we head into, because everyone gonna find themselves embracing blockchain technology. And so if we talk about something that we're all excited about, it's gonna be very beneficial and beneficiary, empowering, and will be awesome because we'll be able to connect with other people, Gemini, different kind of people, and have fun. So this is about that Antares and Aldebaran on both polarities of Mars, and the North Node, what it means to us, and the Moon there is basically indicating to us that it's like it's about us feeling. We need to feel the emotions of excitement, of youth, of rejuvenation, of fun, excitement and fun. The Moon says like stimulate me. I don't want to be bored. So it's going to be a very stimulating year in many ways, but Gemini also means it's the two minds. It's the trickster. That's the thing. There's a trick here with all these Mars. There's going to be a trick along the year. Are you going to be tricked by the darkness, or are you going to be tricked by the light? That's kind of that. And so, it's like we could change our mind a lot. We could change our feelings a lot. We could find ourselves being in two minds about our feelings, maybe confused. And that's why the main essence is that this year we're going to have to converse and talk a lot. We're going to have the courage to confront subjects, if it's between couples, if it's between friends, if it's between you and your institution, you and your corporate, you and your job. We're going to have to find the courage to ask the questions. Why is that like that? It's boring. How can we make it more exciting? The old way of thinking is not good, so what do you think about it? What do I think about it? What do we think about it? Let's talk about it. Let's experiment. Let's try different ways of thinking about it. If we will think about like that, how will that feel? It's all about taking action by thinking differently, changing your mind, talking, conversing, confronting, and checking. How does that feel, the moon? Is that feel good for my future, or is that feel bad for my future? The moon, that's why the moon is there. There's kind of like a lot of mental, but check into your feeling. There is more to add to this aspect of like a lot of mental, a lot of talking, a lot of realization, learning, but at the same time, answers found within the feeling. Why is that? Moon is there, but on top of the fact that the moon is there, Venus, on this chart of the New Year's Eve, is on the 28th degree of Pisces. We spoke a lot about last week. The goddess of earthy love is in the house of divine love. This is the divine union of love. It's like how to manifest that divine dream of love, of unity consciousness, of oneness, of divinity here on earth, in our physical relationships, in our physical day by day. Venus, how can I have more quality? How can I have more goodies in my life? How can I have more happiness, more joy? How can I feel more beautiful? All this Gemini energy with Venus in Pisces. I had a dream. Maybe I'll do dreadlocks. Maybe I'll shave my hair. Maybe I'll do a mohawk. Maybe I'll color my hair purple. That's Gemini. It's kind of like, I'm going to try different things. Maybe I'll do curly today. Today I'm going to do a blow dryer. Today I feel like doing a makeup like that. And today I feel like growing a mustache like that. This is kind of local, small, little changes in your environment. I had enough of that sofa. What if I give that sofa to a friend and I go and buy a new sofa? You know what? Oh, my computer. I mean, it's a great computer, but I need a new computer. Mercury. It's our computers, telephones, devices, telecommunication, transportation, your car. Maybe, this year you're going to have to take an action to change your car for your benefit of your future, because you've been driving this old car and you've been paying a lot of money at the mechanic, and you managed to invest in crypto early and you managed to get some profits, and maybe you can now afford yourself a bit of a new car, things like that. Maybe you don't want to drive a car anymore and you're just going to take the courage to drive bicycles everywhere. Maybe you're going to buy electric bicycles. Win-win. You've got your electric bicycles. Anyway, you like walking 10 minutes away from home. You go on your electrical bicycle, you're saving petrol, you're saving diesel, you're on bicycle, and you're not doing like fossil fuel kind of pollution. Win-win-win-win-win. I'm giving you all kind of examples. Maybe you had enough of that supermarket, and for the first time you went to that supermarket and suddenly you just loved the way it was organized. It made sense to you. Maybe you have a shop and you need to take the courage to change your shop. Maybe any business. All of us business owners, we found ourselves being forced to change the structure of our business, to change our services. So it's like, don't be afraid of these changes. Have the courage and change. It's okay to change your business. It's okay. You walked like that until now, and now you walk like that. It's like I did it recently as well. Like, I minimized one group a week of sound healing on Thursday at 7 p.m. No more 2. When I started was 5. But now it's like after 11 years, having the one a week and the new moon and full moon is enough for me. It was just when I was younger, cool. Now I'm not old, but I am turning 40 in next month. And so, this time in my life saying like, you know what? I want to slow down a bit. I want to kind of find a bit more balance in my local environment, change my timetable, change the structure of my life. I want to have more time for gym and for yoga and for my son. So it's kind of like, okay, I'll cut to one group and I'll change my timetable to be like that, so it will give me the ability to do more of that. Like, I literally created a timetable of around my son's soccer, because for me, it became very important. So on the day that my son has soccer training, I'm working until 3 o'clock, and then I'm with my son in soccer training, even though it's only at 6. It's kind of like, that's what's important to me. I'm showing you through me the example of how what it can be for you. It's kind of like small little changes, Gemini. Small little changes. It's not big Sagittarius changes. It's not worldly changes. It's small little environmental changes. Maybe all the time you send in your SMSs XX, XX. Well, suddenly you realize this XX, what is it anyway, this XX? Why are we doing this XX? What is that? I never got it. The XX thing, you know? You say something. Say kisses if you mean kisses. Say love if you mean love. When you send me an X, you send me an X. You're not sending me a word. You think that it's like LOL, right? There was a story about that, a funny story that someone wrote this to someone, and like misinterpretation of all those shortcuts. Now, for example, if you go on Twitter and you go on Reddit, the young generation, it's no longer, hey, how are you? What's going on? It's like, hey, mofo, IMAO, LOL, UUKKWZ. It's kind of like, what? You find yourself needing to open a website of a modern urban dictionary to understand what is all these initials that these young kids are talking about. This is Gemini. Find the courage and the strength to learn their language because, hey, they are the next generation. It's kind of like, we have to adjust with the time. So I believe that I gave you enough emphasis on the Gemini there. And I was coming to Venus with the moon being the feeling our guide. Venus on the end of Pisces, meaning that the divine is guiding us. The divine love, Pisces, the divine love, spirit guidance, intuition, psychic. Pisces is psychic. There's going to be a lot of psychic things this year in our feeling body, in our relationships, in our money. It's like follow your intuition, It's like today my intuition was to buy Neo. So today I bought Neo. I was looking at it for a few days. I did my chart. I did my analysis. Like, you know what? I'm cool with 56 Australian dollar for Neo. Give me some Neo. Okay? So it's kind of like, if you're not going to take action and buy that coin that you've been looking at for the last week or 2 or 3 because you're waiting for the perfect time, it's not going to happen. At some point, you're just going to drop the press button and just buy it. And enough procrastinating, but just find the coin. It's like, oh, should I buy Bitcoin now? Or should I wait? Because I don't know if it's going to drop. No one knows what Bitcoin going to do. We can speculate as we look at the charts. We can kind of assimilate, okay, this looks like we're going down and then we're going to go there. But if we're going up, we're going to go there. But only the time show us where Bitcoin is going. And so if it drops, wow, you were lucky, amazing. Lucky that you waited and you got it in a good price. But there's other scenario as well. That suddenly, like in a candle of 15 minutes, suddenly, and Bitcoin says, see you later, mate. And suddenly it goes to the 60, 65, 70. And you go like, why didn't I buy in 57? Why didn't I buy in 56,000? I was waiting for the 49,000. I didn't buy in 56,000. So I'm not saying to you, go and buy it all now. But I'm saying to you is that there is FOMO in the air. A lot of FOMO. And there's going to be a lot more FOMO as we progress through this year. And last week and 2 weeks ago, I told you, right now, all the planets are moving direct in a very fast speed. And now the sun moves into Aries. The Mars is on the North Node. It's kind of like, it's not like saying to you, can you please get going? It's basically kicking your bum out of the airplane to jump with the parachute. It's like, go, 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 go. You've got until May. You've got 6 weeks from now. 6 weeks you've got to initiate, act, plan, talk, negotiate, sign, agree, invest, buy this, sell that, trade. Gemini's trade. Not a financial advice, as always. I'm not a financial advisor. But it's like the time is really ticking if you haven't sold your stocks yet. If you're still in the stock market, I wish you all the best, but you are doing a suicide. If you're not, starting to really plan your exit time. If you are buying very expensive real estate right now, I'm a bit concerned about your future. If you are buying a house right now because it's easy to get a mortgage and to get a loan from the bank, but you have no money to pay the house, and you're making $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000 a month right now, and you assimilate your future based on the money you make now, and we don't know what's going to happen over the next few months to a year to 2 to 3. I mean, we do know actually, that's why I'm saying that. And you might take a mortgage that is way bigger than you because it's easy and you just go and you just get it and then it's your house and you're happy, and you haven't done research about real estate market cycles, multi-year real estate market cycle, not just now. Don't look at the chart from 2010 to 2021, what the real estate did. Go to 1988, when was the last crisis in Australia, and go prior to that into the 40s, into the 30s, and then see the chart, and you will see that it's a very long ongoing chart upwards. And 88 was the first hiccup, and then we came up and there was hiccup, and here we are, and it's euphoric. The real estate is in euphoria. You've got houses selling for records of millions. You've got mansions, like top real estate is selling, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million mansions of 20 million, 30 million. When you see all these expensive houses signing for sale and mansions, don't you think you need to ask the questions, Gemini? Why are they selling if it's doing so well? That's what you need to ask. Usually they sell because the smart money is exiting before it goes down. So they capitalize about the investment. They say, I made 3 times, 4 times, 5 times my money. Just like I'm saying to all the community. You bought this coin, right? You went up with it. You did very nice profits. You are now in a place where you put $100 in, and now you've got $400 in. Take some profit. Take your initial investment out. Take your $100 out. Now you're still in with $300 on that coin, but you are risk-free because you already took out the $100 that you put in. But that's a plan. You need to plan your trade. So the same with the real estate. So they bought it for $300,000 10 years ago. Now it's $1.2 million. They made an awesome profit, 4 times their money. They sell it now. Suddenly they get $1.2 million that they can invest in the assets that are rising, such as Bitcoin. You see, that's how the smart investors work. They follow the trend. It's like, oh, okay, I'm satisfied here. I'm checking out from here. Oh, let's buy that. That's going to go up. I'm buying that. Then they go with that up. And it's like, okay, thank you very much. Now let's sell that. Let's buy that. Okay, let's go up. That's the investor mindset. So you're going to have to, ask the questions. What is Bitcoin? How do I get into Bitcoin? How do I do it properly? Don't just go buy Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, I bought Bitcoin. That's easy. It's easy to go to a local exchange and now buy Bitcoin. But do you know how to use it properly? Do you know how to create a safe system for yourself that you won't get hacked, scammed, stolen funds, which there are many stories like that, right? Do you know how to manage your crypto properly? So, this is one of the things that I've devoted myself to do, that because I've learned all that I learned all these years that I'm in crypto, I wanted to come to a place that I could guide people when the time is right. And over the last 3 years, that's what I've been doing. And so if you are in a place that you're saying like, I'm starting to FOMO, I mean, I thought it will drop, but it didn't drop, and I want to get in and I don't know what to do. Come join us. That's what we do. Join our community on patreon.com/healingthelight. We have a group that is devoted to crypto. It's where I post updates every day about the market, things that are happening, different coins. We're having fun. It's a lot of memes and fun and good vibe of celebrating the journey together. And questions, you can ask the question. We empower each other. We give advices to each other and opinions to each other. Not a financial advice, a friendly advice, a loving advice. But we empower our members of the community to make their own decisions based on their own mind. That's my agenda. I don't want anyone to follow me. I don't want anyone to do what I do. My whole agenda is to give you all the tools, the knowledge to empower you so that you will make up your own mind. You will make your own decisions. You will choose your own coins. You will decide for yourself when to buy and when to sell. I can give my opinion, and I'm sharing what I know. I'm sharing my knowledge with love. As much as I know, I will share. But I will always say, you decide for yourself, because your losses will be your losses and your wins will be your wins. And all I want you is to win. And this is a year of a winner. Mars on the North Node is a winner. If you have the courage and take action, you will be a winner. You will win this. That's the thing. But if you will now, I'm not going to buy Bitcoin until I know exactly what it is. And you go now and you decide that for the next 3 months you're going to sit in your room and you're going to learn and read about books about Bitcoin before you buy it. You're going to miss the boat. Simple as that. Yes, ask the questions. But it's a huge, vast new field of knowledge. You are not going to be able to digest it in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I'm 3.5 years in and I'm still learning. It's endless. It's a whole new paradigm. So learn as you go. That's Gemini. It's like the North Node is saying to Sag, it's like, yeah, I know that we can go now and do a university course and study and read the books and stuff, but it's like, we don't have time for this. We need to act now. So let's just buy this, let's buy that, let's buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum, let's buy some Litecoin. Let's buy some Theta, let's buy some this. Cool. Now, let's, instead of going understanding how smart contracts really work, now that I bought that coin, first of all, let me get a picture. What is the prediction of the price? What is the price prediction? What is the updates with that? What is going on with that project? Okay, so when should I sell? Let's develop the plan. Where am I going to take profit? Okay, now I've said that. Now I can learn something new. So what is smart contract? But learn as you go. Don't hold yourself back from action because you don't know enough. Know what you're doing. Have to know what you're doing. But don't over procrastinate. And don't listen to them. South Node of the Moon. Don't listen to them. They know as much as you know. They just learned a bit more. That's all. All those big names. Like lately, man, the crypto Twitter has become like a kindergarten. I'm not joking. People they are like behaving like kids. Now there's all this story about like who is an OG and who is not an OG. It's like sitting in a classroom and saying like, I'm the cool guy. No, I'm the cool guy. It's like, shut up, people. This is about revolution of finance for humanity, and you're fighting who is an OG, who is not an OG. That's what I'm saying. Don't get involved in the drama, man, and all those kind of hype. Don't get caught in the hype. Focus yourself on your mind. You need to listen to your mind. You need to do your research. Sit, analyze, learn, process, decide for yourself what is your plan, and just go for it. That's the thing. Go for it. So with Venus again at the end of Pisces, it's going to be a lot of psychic guidance in our feelings. We will just know psychically. In this, we're going to get like intuitive insights into our relationship. It's almost like we're going to be able to perceive things that are, beyond the veils. And Pisces is a lot of subconscious. So this indicates there's going to be a lot of subconscious processing, merging and submerging into relationships, which are searching for this Gemini, Mars, Moon, North Node, a new way of feeling, processing, thinking, changing our mind that is not based on our subconscious pain, traumas, hurt of the past, but it's based on our true conscious dream, Pisces, on our dream with spirit of healing. That's that. What else is happening there is that, let's see in this chart, we've got like a lot of last decan. Neptune is now on the last decan until 2025. Is no longer going back from the 20th degree. And the last decan is like the most potent. So the next 4 years of Neptune through the last decan of Pisces is going to be filled with mysticism, spirituality, divine intervention, miracles, magic, but also a lot of deceptions, a lot of illusions, a lot of lies. It's going to be this kind of like the veils become thin and the truth is being exposed by spirit as the lies and the deception is being, the reality is shattered. And it's going to be very healing for humanity. This is about that. What else? Mercury is in Pisces. It's a weak spot for Mercury. Mercury in Pisces is the mind under influence of substance. A bit confused, a bit lost, a bit scattered, a bit dreamy, But I'll go into now and you will see what it does. Then Jupiter also on the last decan of Aquarius. Jupiter is like, got from Capricorn after a long time in Capricorn, and suddenly he got into Pisces, into Aquarius, and he is just going like boom. And Jupiter in Aquarius is kind of like, I'm coming to help the people, to bless the people, to give them the abundance. But all I can dream about is being in Pisces. I just want to get to Pisces. So think about the movie with Gandalf. Jupiter in Capricorn was Gandalf stuck in the Dark Forces Island, couldn't perform his magic for us. Then suddenly the eagle appeared, pulled Gandalf out of there into Aquarius. And suddenly Gandalf is now coming back to the people, Aquarius. He's coming back to the people and to the world. And he's saying like, hey, buy Bitcoin. Hey, get some silver. Hey, sell your stocks. Hey, you better, if you listen to that, you're going to do very well. Yes, it's going to be a financial, economical, global disaster, definitely. But if you will listen, if you will learn, if you will adopt, if you will buy, you will have actually a chance to create a generational wealth for you and your family and your beloveds. Even if you only have $100, it's still better than none. So this Jupiter is like, I don't have time for you. He's going from city to city. It's like he's flying his helicopter and he's going above sea. He's like, everyone buy some Bitcoin. Everyone buy some Bitcoin. Then those people that are, they want to learn, they look like, oh, wow, did he just say to buy Bitcoin? Oh, did he say to buy Bitcoin? Oh, wow, okay, cool. But then the other people is like, don't fall into that trap. No, the banks are saying it's a scam. And the government saying it's a scam too. Just a second. And yeah, I've listened to that professor of economy. He said that, no, there's no chance for Bitcoin to survive and all these people are going to lose their money, right? So this is like Gandalf flying, Jupiter through Aquarius. All the people of the earth, I'm giving you a blessing of abundance for the future. We are moving into digital money, high-tech money, revolutionary money, decentralized money that is not controlled by any government or central bank. It controls by all people for the people, all nations, all religions, all colors, all ages. Everyone have a chance. Everyone has a chance. If you have a mobile phone, you have a chance to create wealth for yourself. Everyone have a chance, but you have to act. You have to act. You have to buy. You have to learn. You have to do. If you want that to happen for you. And then you know what the other side is saying. It's like, no. So he's flying through Aquarius. He doesn't have time because Gandalf is like, first of all, I want to get into my magical land, Pisces. My beautiful magical land where I have my bath. I just want to be in the bath and, just have a magic potion of healing and just dream with spirit after this tough journey I just had. He's flying and he's about to go into Pisces very soon. He's going to get to the 2nd degree Pisces, and then he's going to chuck a Yui and come back into Aquarius. Like, okay, I had the bath, I had a good healing, now I'm coming back for the people to help them. That's going to unfold throughout this year. Saturn, 10th degree of Aquarius. Saturn is the old ruler of Aquarius before Uranus was discovered. And so Saturn is home, his second home. And on this equinox, New Year's Eve, is basically aligning with Mars, right? Trining. It's a trine to Mars. This means that, Saturn is looking for commitments with other people. He's looking for commitment, loyalty, due diligence. In Mars, in Gemini, it's kind of like, you find a new idea, commit to it, be responsible, learn it, and it will benefit your future. Trine is beneficial. So if you be responsible, if you do your due diligence, if you grow up, mature, learn, earn, and don't get burned, you will get good rewards in your future. As for relationships, since we says relationship are on the spotlight here, oh, hello Kimberly, welcome. And Dove Sano, shalom, beautiful brother. And Lynn, Google OG. Google's OG. OG, yeah. OG is like, it's basically like, I've been here for a long time. I'm an OG, If you really want to be in the scene, you need to know me, because I'm an OG. I've been here for a long time, That's that, basically. That's an OG. Just another cuddle for their ego, So, again, back to the relationships, with Venus on the end of Pisces, wanting to manifest the dreamlike relationship, the true love. It's like everyone wants to have love, for God's sake. People just want to be loved in their relationship. They don't want to have shit and crap and fights and arguments and traumas and pain and abuse and abuse and abuse. Everyone had enough of it. Everyone had enough of the narcissist. Everyone had enough of the sociopath. Everyone had enough of the cruel, the bitchy, the gossipy, the unconscious, hurting, sabotaging relationships, friendships. Everyone had enough of it. 2020 came to do a big detox of like, look, this person you thought you're a friend of is a complete asshole. So he's like, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. And a lot of people did that in 2020. And now comes this energy. We're starting a new cycle, by the way. It means that yesterday, on Saturday, we have officially ended the cycle which begins with the poo. This is when the poo happened. This time last year, exactly this time last year, was the last 21st of March 2020, was the last sound healing journey, new moon in Aries, and the day after the lockdown happened. So from tomorrow a year ago, we went to lockdown 1. So here we are ending that, releasing all that crap. Enough with the traumas playing around, enough with all the fears playing around, enough with all the darkness. Like, this is also on a collective level, is like enough listening to the old Sagittarius south node of the moon, the old leaders, the old professors, or the old scientists telling us what we should do, how we should do, what we should believe in. Enough with that. We need to take courage to act for our own self as humanity, as people in our local environment, communities coming together and saying no more of that. It's part of it. It's going to be a lot of it because Uranus in Taurus all this time is also going to create a lot of revolutionary aspects. Revolutions, the people coming out to the streets and, wanting to break free, fighting for freedom, for liberation in very quirky way, in revolutionary way, abruptive way. This Uranus in Taurus all this year coming up. There's going to be a lot of revolutionary changes out of nowhere. But the main thing I wanted to say now is this Mars aligning, trining Saturn. This means that people will be inclined to look for new, let's say single people, will be more attracted to look for partners that are loyal, Saturn, committed, long-term, Saturn, for the future in Aquarius. Meaning that people will be less and less into the Tinder stuff, less and less into the, quickie applications. It will be more like people looking for real substance, loyalty, commitment, long-term, institutional relationship, Saturn. Marriage, kids, things like that. Many of you will find yourself in a place in life when you say, I had enough of the bullshit. I want to get married. I want to have kids. I want to have family. I want a long-term future for the, for years ahead of, a relationship. So you'll be attracted to a partner that will be able to embody that for you. This also means there's like, there's a lot of good sex energy in it, There's the sex appeal, there's the sex aura, there is this kind of like attractiveness, being, turned on by things, by different things, maybe, because Mars rules, the sexuality. And it's kind of, it can be like, trying different things in the bedroom or changing your mind about sexuality. Maybe until now your sexuality was kind of like that. And you realizing it was based on your trauma. It was based on your Antaras, south node of the moon. It's kind of a dark kundalini that convinced you that it's light kundalini, but it's actually dark kundalini. And now Neptune in Pisces shattering your reality, illusions, delusions. Venus at the end of Pisces saying, check your health, man. Check your emotional health and your relationships. Like, do you really want to act upon the dark kundalini? Do you really think that you're into open relationships? Do you really think that you are into, sleeping around? Like, do you really think that you are that? If you're actually looking for a committed long-term relationship that is kind of supportive and exciting. So, maybe you've been making love in the dark all the time because your insecurity shadow old self. And suddenly you've done a lot of workshops, a lot of healing around it, and you're finding your confidence, yourself in it, and you say, stuff that, man. I want to make love in the light. Quirky, out of the box, sudden change. Let's do things in the light, Maybe you always kind of were afraid of people kind of seeing you making love, and you go like, you know what? Let's go making love in the bush. Not bush, you know. So yeah, that's a bit that about the Saturn and the Mars, very supportive. So this is, look at all this time we're just talking about the new moon, the new astrological year chart of yesterday, of last night, as the equinox, because this is the tone of this year. So we covered the Gemini, we covered the Sun in Aries, we covered the Venus, we covered Neptune. Last time Neptune was here, by the way, was 1856. Just before, I think it was back then the witch hunt. That was around that time. So, you know, it makes sense as well. Right now, the witch hunt is in a digital form. You know, if you speak like that, if you talk like that, if you say something about that, you've been hunted, you've been censored, you've been dropped down from the internet, or if not worse than that, right? So that's kind of around that, which is why a lot of spiritual people, light workers, are kind of, you know, like myself. I've been really lowering my profile online. I haven't been on Facebook for a year now. My post goes automatically from Instagram to Facebook, but I don't even log into Facebook anymore. They just annoyed me so much. I'm over them. And Instagram as well, I kind of really minimal. You know, my main thing now is Patreon. On Patreon, we have our Telegram group, and this is where I spend my time. I'm just spending my time with my local community, with my immediate connections, where I'm actually having all the stimulation, all the connection, all the excitement that I need. This is also kind of a nice symbology of it. That until now, we went to Facebook, we tried to reach thousands of people. We went to Instagram, tried to reach thousands of people. But now we're going to see that with the time, it's going to be a time of more like local communities coming together. Just local. It can be in your neighborhood, you come together with 2-3 other families and starting to have a bit more communal sense. It could be that, you know, in your suburb, you find a new place of community and suddenly you're connecting with that. It's like us on digital platform. We've created a local Gemini internet digital platform which we can access any moment and get excited and get stimulated. This is what it's about, bottom line. Phew! What else? Mercury, I said Mercury in Pisces, confused, trying to understand. So all this in Gemini is assimilating our action to realize, while Mercury is in Pisces, like I'm just a bit confused about it all. It's like, is it my subconscious? Is it my trauma? Is it my conscious? What is going on? It's like, yeah, not the most pleasant. And Pluto, of course, 26 of Capricorn. Now Saturn is gonna stop on the 12th degree and then retrograde. That happens within the next few weeks. Pluto is also very soon going to go retrograde, and Jupiter soon. So retrograde season begins in May, people. That's what I'm saying. You've got 6 weeks. 6 weeks to confront it, talk about it, ask the questions you were always afraid asking. Confront the subjects you're always afraid confronting. You know, it's like you never understood why. Let's see. You never understood why every time your partner goes to the toilet, they whistle. And you always thought it was a bit odd and a bit weird. This is absolutely a Uranian, bizarre, quirky example. I'm just preparing you. Don't know where that one came from, but it's coming. You go, you know, I don't know, that's a bit weird. He's whistling every time he goes to the toilet. What is this about, you know? And you never really wanted to ask because you didn't want to embarrass or confront. Suddenly now this energy comes like, can I ask you a question that I always wanted to know and I was always afraid of asking you? Like, yeah, for sure. Why do you always whistle when you go to the toilet? All this time you could have asked me a long time ago. Well, it's funny because sometimes I find it hard to pee. So when I whistle, it helps me pee. You know, there's something like that. So it all starts with self-love, exactly. It all starts and ends with self-love, in a way. So yeah, Pluto in Capricorn is gonna keep on kind of create disclosures, exposures of abuse of power, of money. Like Pluto is the agent of the exposure of the patriarchy, and the breakdown of the patriarchy. Uranus is in charge of creating the revolution in finance and health. Saturn is in charge in Aquarius about creating a new future for humanity with more commitment, with more, good karma, responsibility, due diligence. Jupiter in Aquarius into Pisces, into Aquarius, is all about gifting the people and giving the people the chance, the opportunity to have a bit of luck in their life if they listen and learn and do the right thing of Saturn. Neptune in Pisces bringing the divine guidance, the divine presence that governs everything. And the fact that we have Mars on Antares, opposition to Aldebaran, means that this entire year is guided directly by Archangel Michael, directly by the Pleiades, directly by the light. Today in the event I went to of Chalita, I met a beautiful friend, male, and, with a very kind of heavy face and not much of a smile. He told me about, his life a bit, maybe, hinting that he's a bit struggling with the business and about what's coming for the world and stuff. And it's like I looked him in the eyes and it's like, listen to me, brother. You keep your smile on your face and you lift your head up high and you don't worry. It's going to be okay because the darkness has no chance. I keep on saying that to people. The darkness has no chance. In this energy for the next few years, there's going to be a lot of chaos this year. There's going to be very weird stuff going to happen and come our way. It's going to be a weird year. There's going to be a lot of weird stuff. And it's going to be seen very dark and very chaotic, as if it's going to the worst place ever. But it's the facade of the ending. It's the crescendo of the darkness. So don't fall into that. Aldebaran, the dark star on the south node of the moon. They will tell you that the world is going down and the news will tell you that this is going to happen. There's going to be war and there's going to be this and they're going to take over us and they're going to put that in our veins and they're going to make us do this. Don't do it. Your responsibility is Mars with the north node. Take action for your own mind, your own perception, your own thoughts. You think for yourself. Don't let them tell you what to think. And I'm telling you right now, the light is guiding everything that is happening now, governing everything from the highest order. You've got Mars on Antares with the north node of the moon. You've got Venus at the end of Pisces. You've got Neptune in Pisces. It's like, believe me, this is guided by the divine love. It's a beautiful crescendo. Get your popcorn, stop worrying, but just take action in your personal environment. Make sure you hedge yourself against the financial Armageddon that is coming. There will be a disaster financially. There will be suffering in the world. There will be people that will lose a lot of money. There will be people that will suffer. There will be suffering. But it's bigger than us. It's karmic school of life. Each one gets what they need. Each one gets what they deserve. Each one gets its own karma, its own experience. Don't worry about the world. Don't do the south node. Focus on yourself. And it's not selfish. It's not like, that's very selfish. No, it's self more. I need you to be happy. I need you to be abundant. I need you to be in high vibration. Because me alone doesn't work. Me and you and you and you and you. If each one of us will take care of his own mind, of his own vibration, of his own frequency, creates abundance for ourselves by investing our money in the right places at the right time, getting out of the risky places at the right time, you've got 6 weeks to get your shit together. 6 weeks. But from May, retro, things slowing down, things going weird. So, again, we are preparing for winter. Make sure you also bring your physical health into the picture. Vitamin C, vitamin D and K, zinc, chaga mushroom. Get your remedies that you need at home. If it's your active viral, if it's your Andrew K. There's all these herbs, formulas. I have a beautiful brother, Sam. He made me the most amazing, magical, herbal, natural naturopathy syrup for coughing. And when I had a cough a few weeks ago, it just worked like magic, So get your stock together back to autumn. Replenish your pantry. Make sure you've got everything you need there. If you make some profits, maybe take some profits and improve your position. If you need some equipment, if you need a generator, if you need some stock of food, if you need some more silver, get into your plan and act upon it. Act upon it. Act upon it. Yeah, no spending time. Exactly. And remember that the main guidance is like, be careful, because the trick to act from the dark and to create darkness in our life will be there. And so we're going to have to be able to use a lot of discernment, Gemini, a lot of discernment, a lot of clear thinking to cut through the illusions, deceptions here of the Venus, Neptune, Pisces, the subconscious blockages, the subconscious fears, subconscious traumas. We're going to have to face them, confront them. This is supporting psychology work, psychotherapy, counseling, talk therapy, couple therapy, whatever therapy. This is mental work. This is about, let's get our mental mind working with us for the highest plan, by the love, for our destiny. Okay? So if you've been struggling mentally in 2020, which the majority of the population is, then 2021 is your time to get a bit of a mental health plan. Go to your GP, ask her to see a psychologist if you need to. Then you get it for very cheap, or find a counselor or psychiatrist or a shaman or a healer. Just find someone you can talk about things and work things out. Hypnotherapy, all kind of rebirthing, past lifetimes. This is a lot of mental realization configuration. Anyway, the time is ticking. It's 8:30. Let's go now. I need some tea. Okay. So what's happening now? As we speak right now, the moon is at the end of Gemini. It's about to enter Cancer. Very sensitive Cancer, okay? As the moon will kick into Cancer, it will square the sun. So this will be the first quarter square, okay? So we had the new moon in Pisces here on the 20th degree of Pisces. 23rd degree of Pisces. We had the new moon last week, and here is now the moon coming to the first checkpoint, and the first checkpoint will be 1 degree Cancer, and as it will do that, it will square the sun on the first degree of Aries. So the sun is moving to the first degree within the next, let's see, there we go, 8:48 p.m. 8:48 p.m., which is in like 11 minutes, 10 minutes from now, no, 18 minutes from now. The sun will go into the first degree of Aries. Venus right now is on the 29th degree and 45 minutes, which means Venus, that's it. Venus is ending Pisces. So you might be, maybe you have some, I know my family is a bit kind of unwell today. So this is that, health, Venus, feeling a bit sick, so maybe you need some rest and just allow yourself to be with spirit. And just let yourself heal. Don't worry about it. Don't freak out. Just surrender. Just heal. Take the medicine you need to take. Support your body. Drink lots of water. Heal with spirit. Maybe it's emotional. Maybe it's mental. Maybe you've been a bit disassociating. Maybe you're a bit outside of your body. Maybe you've been a bit of a trauma trigger. Just kind of like rest with spirit. Trust. It's okay. Let it go. Let go of the fears. Heal. Neptune kicked into the 21st degree of Pisces. Ta-da! Amazing. And Mercury moved to the 7th degree. So what's going to happen over the next few days is that as the sun, Venus, first of all, let's see when Venus moves into Aries. And where are you, Venus? There you are. Oh, there we are. Let's move a few minutes back. There you go. Venus moves into Aries tomorrow at 11:16 a.m. Okay? 11:16 a.m. Venus moves into Aries. And suddenly, the goddess of love is also ready to take action. But Venus is weak in Aries. Aries is the house of Mars. So the goddess feminine is coming basically, okay, think like again the Vikings, and here comes this English queen, beautiful, sensual, sexy queen, and she comes to negotiate with the Vikings, with Lord Ragnar, in their camp. Okay? So she's cool, but she's coming into the warrior's camp. She's not in her strength. It's not her castle with all her goddesses and fairies around and the feminine things. No, she's coming into warrior's camp, and as she walks through the gate, all these warriors with blood on their face, with swords, and like they're standing on both of her sides, and she walks to meet Lord Ragnar, right? And then she sits there, and all the warriors come down, they sit, they eat their food, and Lord Ragnar is talking to the goddess. So Venus in Aries is weaker. And Venus in Aries means that you could find yourself being impulsive with your relationships, money. So be careful. Don't go and just like, okay, I'm going to buy it all now. And you bought some shitcoin, right? There was a lot of shitcoin this week that was like a rug pull and people lost a lot of money. Don't just go and, you hear that guy on Twitter saying, like, hey man, this new coin is going to be the next thing. And it's called Apple Crumble. It's a new decentralized exchange that's going to be even better than 1inch and better than Uniswap. And yeah, it's going to be Ethereum killer. It's going to be better than Bitcoin. As soon as you hear someone tell you it's going to be better than Bitcoin or better than, just don't even bother. Just keep on going. But yeah, Venus in Aries could be impulsive on the negative side. But on the positive side, it's like, here we go. Here's the fire to take action with your finance, to take action with your investment. Let's get going, people. At the same time, at the same moments that Venus kicks into Aries, the moon, first degree of Cancer, is doing the first square with the sun. So this is a check-in point. It's like, hey, I'm feeling very sensitive here in Cancer. This is not in the house of emotional security and emotional insecurity. Very feminine. It's the house of the moon. So the moon is home, squaring sun in its strong place of Aries. Right? It's not his home. The home of the sun is Leo. But the sun is strong in Aries. It's like, I am fire. Right? So, and Venus is right there with them. So this is a very important touch base point about the relationships and the investment. It's like, let's get going. Let's just buy that Bitcoin, or let's just buy that whatever I need to buy. But, let's get going. Let's talk about it. Here is Mars on the 10th degree on top of Aldebaran. There you go. At the same time of the moon squaring the sun and Venus, Mars is on the Archangel degree. Mars is on the light. And he's tricked by the darkness, but he's choosing the light. And he's walking with the light, but being tricked by the darkness. Okay? And all this is happening as at the same time, Mercury right here on the 7th degree is starting to align with Uranus on the 8th degree. And this will happen on the day after. But this brings exciting news. This brings like breakthroughs, psychic activity very heightened, right? A lot of psychic activity, intuition, aha moment, realization, breakthroughs in conversation, in thought, in understanding, breakthrough in limitation of the past. Very exciting energy. So there's a lot of oomph of let's get going, people. Let's get going. So then the moon will travel through Cancer. And the next thing is that Mars is going to come to the degree of the North Node. And the next thing is that Venus, so this is the dance of this week. Venus is chasing the sun. Sun moves into Aries. Venus moves into Aries. Moon moves into Cancer. Moon will square Sun and Venus. And as this is happening, then the moon moves on. And Venus closes on the sun, which is a big thing. And at the same time, the Venus closes on the sun, Mercury is closing on this alignment to Uranus. Okay? Very powerful. So I'm going to move now. Let's move the next day. Next day. Now, all this week, Venus chases the sun. It only happens on Friday. So it's like they're this 1 degree away, and Venus is chasing the sun. And what it means in the real solar system time is that the sun is in the middle, Venus is in one end and the Earth is on another. So we're having like Venus, Sun, Earth alignment, and the Sun is between Venus and the Earth, which means that the Sun burns, eclipses Venus. We will not be able to see Venus. Venus will hide behind the Sun. And this is the time where, when Venus hides behind the Sun, is that famous story from the New Testament about the 40 days and 40 nights. Venus will be gone from our skies for 40 days and 40 nights, and then she will emerge as the evening star. Until now, she was the morning star. Now she's going to be the evening star. And so there's a process here about eclipsing relationship, finance, reigniting. It's in Aries. It's a reignation, initiation to a new phase, to a new place, with a lot of emphasis on finding the courage to talk about things, to negotiate, to confront, to ask the questions, to learn. No more acting from fear, subconscious illusions, but daring to ask the questions. Do you love me or you don't love me? You want to be with me? You don't want to be with me? Do I want to be with you or I don't want to be with you? Do I want to be your friend or I don't want to be your friend? Do I like this coin? I don't like this coin. What do I think about that? Do I want to take the juice or I don't want to take the juice? I hope you're not going to take the juice, but I can't tell you what to do. And most of you know what the juice is on this channel. The juice is what some people put in other people's veins as a complete scientific experiment that has no fundamental facts that it actually works, and high potential it will create severe damage. High potential with the astrology. Based on astrology, not my own opinion, not articles I've read, not nothing I've listened to. I've told you for the last few months. The juice came out when Uranus was squaring Saturn. And that basically gave us an insight of like some awful, unexpected, shocking things are going to happen from this. And you need to understand, it's not covered by your health insurance. It's not covered by your by your life insurance. And if something happened to you, you have no one to sue because it's an experiment. So basically, win-win for them, lose-lose for you, whoever decide to take the juice. But I can't tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to share with you the thing I know. Now, so Venus is chasing the Sun. So all this week, highlight on relationship, highlight on investment, highlight on trades, highlight on finances, highlights on your health, highlights on your values. Very, very powerful. Oh, I missed this, what I wanted to take a few hours back. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, a few minutes forward. There we go. Monday at 10:33 a.m. So Monday morning, tomorrow morning, there's going to be some interesting things happening to us, okay? Mercury, as Venus kicks into Aries, and the moon is squaring the Sun, Mercury, as I said, is going to do its alignment to Uranus. So this is like sudden unexpected breakthroughs, realizations, revelations, brilliant ideas, like being attracted to different kind of people, different kind of subjects. Suddenly, maybe you had something you tried to understand for a long time and it didn't work for you, and suddenly you managed to get through it. Like I know some of our community have bought Om Mantra token, and Om Mantra token have just did the whole process of converting to version 2, but all of us got kind of stuck with it because the fees on Ethereum were so high that we just kind of put it on the back burner. But Om Mantra is rocketing in its price. It's already created a new all-time high, and it's on its parabolic rise. So it's kind of like all of us who have Om Mantra need to get going and start doing that and tackle that, and actually we will succeed. There will be breakthroughs with that now this week, because we would like not to miss the opportunity of this bull market parabolic trend of Om Mantra, if you know what I mean. So this is your Monday, with the Monday realizations, interesting realization. Let's go into Tuesday. Tuesday, Mars is getting closer to the North Node. Venus is chasing the Sun. What's happening here? This is the 23rd. Mercury square Mars. Mercury, where are you, Mercury? Mars is on the 11th degree, and Mercury will square Mars. There you go. 1129. There we go. 1139. So now we're going to move. Here we are. 11:45 Mars, 11:45 Mercury on Wednesday at 2:33 p.m. And Mars square Mercury. There was also Mars trine Saturn before, which we spoke about, but now Mars squares Mercury. So Mercury in Pisces want to realize and understand what's going on here, all this subconscious confusion, illusion. We need to ask questions. Let's talk about it. The moon already kicks into Leo. And this is now becoming, this is my royal feelings, how I want to feel. I want to feel best feelings. I want to have the best partner. I want to have the greatest life. I want to feel great about myself. Leo, Leo, Leo. And at that time, Mars is already really close to the north node of the moon, and it's squaring Mercury. It's like, let's take action. Let's talk about it. Here comes the conversations. Here comes the discussions. Here comes the couple sitting together and talking. Here comes you sitting with your financial advisors, which I do not advise you because that's the south node of the moon, and planning. You need to plan by yourself, do your own research. They don't understand anything about crypto. You tell them crypto, they look at you like crazy. Maybe now they're changing their mind, but that's the way they used to be. This is you sitting with your lawyer. This is you sitting with your bank on your mortgage. This is you sitting with your real estate agent about your property. This is you sitting with someone, and that you need to talk about and asking the questions. I want to know what is happening here. And this is very important because it's Venus on the Sun. Okay, Venus on the Sun. This is important. This is about your relationship. I said it all. It's important. Very important. Very, very important week to confront things, to talk about things, to ask the questions. Really, I can't emphasize that enough for you. Then we're going to go into Thursday. This is Wednesday. I spoke about that. Then we go, the Sun and Venus is happening. Here we go. Sun and Venus. Where are you, Sun and Venus? You see, she's chasing him. Oh, I'm moving hours. I don't understand what's happening. Okay. Here is Sun and Venus. It's really unbelievable, okay? Because at the same time that Sun is with Venus on the 5th degree in 49 minutes of Aries, at the same time, notice how close it is to Chiron. So this is a very healing week. It's about healing the wound in relationships, in friendships, in self, by daring to ask the questions. If you don't love me, why do you pretend? If you're not into me, why you don't tell me? If you lie to me, tell me the truth. That will heal me. If you really love me, then tell me you really love me, because you never tell me you love me. These kind of things. Like, let's talk about it. Like, if you're not attracted, if you're attracted, it's like, why you want to do this? At the same time, this happening, Venus and the Sun, close to Chiron, which then this will follow. The Sun will come on top of Chiron the week after. Venus will come on top of Chiron the week after. Yeah, it's going to be a lot around healing the wound. And so at the same time, the Mars is on the 13th degree with the North Node, 17 minutes away. It's happening. So it's it's a very important thing. This is the personal planets. Venus the feminine, Mars the masculine. The masculine is now on the destiny point, reflecting where to go, what to do, which decision to make, how to structure life, how to plan life, how to trade, what to give, what to take, what to think, what to say. And it's about our relationship, our finance, our health, our values, and it's in Aries. It's got to do with us, what we want, how we want things to be, our dream. Neptune in Pisces, it's our dream. It's what we want. By then, Moon kicks into Virgo. And so the Moon in Virgo is aligning with that. I'll move it a few hours so you'll see it. A few hours later, the Moon will be on the 5th degree as well. And here is the 6 degree now. Venus is passing. There we go. And here is the moon. Here's the sun and Venus, 6 degree. And here's the moon in Virgo, detoxing, clarifying, purging, talking truth. Virgo, speak with truth, speak with honesty, speak with fairness, speak for purification, for detox, clear the toxins from your relationship by not facing, confronting, asking, talking about the things that you don't talk about because you don't want to rock the boat. There's all this toxicity in your relationship, and only if you talk about it and ask about it, you'll be able to get to the clarity of what you need to know so you could assimilate your future plan. This is the story of this week. This is Saturday already, Friday night, okay? And this is followed, and in the live stream very shortly, this is followed by the full moon, okay? So I don't want to recap everything we just spoke about so many times. You got it. I'll move a day forward. And here's your Sunday. Take it back. Take it forward. Dum, da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-dum. 8. Here we go. The moon is on 8 degrees, 18 minutes of Libra. The sun with Chiron. It's with Chiron. Wow! What an astrology, man. Honestly, every time I look into the chart and I look at life and I come to